Hey everybody, this is attempt number 3, like usual. I tried the first 2 with my webcam. It did not go well. So I had to go in search of my battery charger for my camera, which I should have done anyway, but I was being lazy. So 24 weeks today, I have an ear infection. I got one with my last pregnancy and ended up rupturing my eardrum. Last pregnancy, the doctor I saw in the emergent care was really, really good. She listened to me and talked me through everything. And this time, not so much. Like, some of the things she told me contradicted what the other lady told me last year and a half, like a year and a half ago. Trying to decide if I just heard my daughter get up. So I'm taking eardrops this time, and last time the doctor said she had recently learned that you shouldn't really be putting things in your ear when it's infected. You should just be treating the infection. So, and the eardrops are really causing me a lot of pain compared to, I don't know, what it was before. I only went to the doctor because my husband insisted I do. He thought I was going deaf or something by not going. I feel like the eardrops are not only causing more pain and more pressure, but they're preventing the drainage from happening. Yeah, so on to more pregnancy related stuff. Last week, I didn't feel the baby is moving as much. I was still feeling it, like it does its little dance at like 9 p.m. And it was still doing that, but it was not like strong. It was just wiggly. And I was getting concerned about it. My oldest, my first pregnancy, they said towards the end, if you feel a decrease in movement, let them know. And I did, and they're like, oh, you're kind of a short person, your baby's run out of room. And later, when he was born, he had the cord wrapped around his neck, his chest, and his leg, and they couldn't get it off his neck until he was completely out, because it had to come off his leg first. And I feel like that was probably more why he wasn't moving. He was restricted by the cord. So I was kind of concerned that might be the case this time, because the baby was so wiggly. I would feel it like in like a crescent shape. Like I could feel it like wiggling its feet all the way from, I don't know if I can do this. I can feel it like wiggling, like so I was feeling them in like that crescent, like kicks in a crescent shape, and they were really strong. And then it went to just wiggling like at the top and at the bottom. So I was getting concerned. And then I got my ear infection and have been on the couch for a few days, just being miserable and not moving. I've felt the baby a lot more, and I've spent quite a bit of time praying about it. And it's still a lot of wiggling, but it's strong. It's getting stronger, and I'm just gonna keep praying about it, because moving is important for development, and it's still got a lot of growing to do. So looking forward to my appointment next week. I mentioned that to the midwife. Hopefully my appointment got changed. They had scheduled it for Monday, which is a holiday. Hopefully it's with the same midwife it was originally planned to, because she's I wouldn't say she's the best, but she's the one who seems to understand your concern the most. Not the most, but understand your concern and go about it calmly and talk you through things and stuff. There's another one who is also really good at that, but I haven't seen her in a while, so I don't know if she's still there or not. I mean, it would be good to see her too. She's a lot more cautious and would probably insist on an ultrasound or something, but yeah, so I don't know if you can tell, it's like super swollen. I could tell when I was trying to use my webcam it was swollen, but I didn't know if you could tell on this one. But yeah, it's like so yeah, they moved my appointment, which was good anyway. Not only was it, that's what I thought last time. Not only was it a holiday, but it was scheduled when I needed to be picking my son up from school. But it's a holiday, so he wouldn't be at school anyway. Anyways, my husband was asking about it this morning because he thought it was today. So I think he's planning on taking the time off to go with me, which is nice. My grandma has been planning for like a year, get together in August. I guess it was 10 years ago. She had like a housewarming party. She and my grandpa bought a house, and she had a housewarming party, and like all of my cousins, everybody was there. And she's planning on doing another one this year, like a 10-year reunion, I don't know, but is really planning on having everybody there, and it's in August, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go or not, and I want to talk to my midwife about that. It's also during a really exciting time where she lives. Like they have like a festival going on in the little town nearby, and not only like my aunts and uncles, but my grandpa's children are planning on coming. I don't know, that might not make sense, but my grandpa and my grandma got married when I was like 1 or 2, maybe even older than that. Yeah, I think I was like 3 or 4 when they got married. So I don't really know my grandpa's kids. And I think it would be cool to get to meet them. I really love my grandpa. My ear is really distracting. Haven't really had cravings. I've been drinking a ton of cranberry juice. Last week I kind of felt like I might have a bladder urinary tract infection on its way, so I started drinking cranberry juice and it went away. And then I got an ear infection, but I had tons of cranberry juice because I had bought some before I started feeling that way. And then when I started feeling that way, I sent my husband to the store for some cranberry juice, so he bought some. So I just poured the last glass of cranberry juice. And I figure if it's good for fighting one infection, it's probably fine at fighting other infections as well. So I've been drinking that, but it's not really a craving. It's not like I want that. It's not a flavor I want, but it doesn't bother me. It tastes good. Trying to think. I don't think I've had any cravings. I really haven't been that hungry because I haven't been feeling that well. Because before the ear infection, it was a possible bladder or urinary tract infection. I had planned on, if it didn't start feeling better, I had planned on calling the midwife and seeing her sooner, but the cranberry juice really seemed to help. Trying to think. Next month is my son's last month of school. I'm excited to not be paying an arm and a leg, but I'm also sad. I'm excited for him to be home with us all the time, but I'm also, he's still, I think he's still behind socially, which I don't know if I ever mentioned that before. But we did a lot of moving. There was a lot going on in a really important stage in his life, and I think it really affected him a lot more than I realized till he got older. And then, of course, where we live now, 3-year-olds are all trilingual and whatever. So he's definitely behind compared to the kids here. I think he's probably fine for like where I was living before, but and we still don't know if he's gonna get into kindergarten next year, which kind of stinks. I've been looking for kindergarten or first grade workbook material. I looked at the office store nearby, and it seems so expensive. But I want to keep him working on that. Excuse me. Over the summer. And he really likes the work pages over the writing your own words. So I was looking for a good workbook, and I'm not sure. They had a kindergarten workbook, and he's about halfway through that, maybe a little more. And then they didn't have a grade 1 workbook, so I don't know if that's too advanced for him or not. So I did ask a friend who did homeschooled her little girl for a while, where she got hers, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Trying to think what else. I guess I'll do my belly shot. Ooh, that's dark. I don't know if you see that side. But definitely. I still feel, not today, and it really depends on what shirt I'm wearing, or I guess if I pull it straight, I feel like I look fat. I don't really look pregnant. And of course, if you push it up so you can see the shape of it, if you're not wearing, right here, my belly would be hanging out, which is my ugly jiggle belly, as I told what was I telling her? I don't remember her YouTube name, so I guess I won't mention